What's the standing emergency?
My mommy and daddy are having a fight. I'm talking to the police, Mommy. Stop it! Mommy! Stop it! Don't take the baby! Stop it! You're gonna hurt the baby! Stop it!
This chilling call for help by a child exposed to the horrific abuse of her mother is not an uncommon event in our community. Sadly, people are not safe in their homes or in their neighborhoods like this one. Domestic violence and sexual assault permeate every corner, leaving untold damage on victims, lives destroyed, and dreams shattered. Domestic violence includes not only physical abuse, but also emotional, verbal, mental, and financial abuse. Perpetrators will use any means possible to control their victims. Sexual assault is also about power, control, and humiliation. It is always debasing and invasive. It is a tool of war.
The mission of the Durham Crisis Response Center is to work with the community to end domestic and sexual violence through advocacy, education, support, and prevention.
Violence against women and children often leads television news reports and local paper headlines. Rarely do they describe the extent of the disease. Fact: 95% of all victims of domestic violence are women. Fact: only 1 in 7 assault victims report the incident to police. Fact: more than 1,600 domestic violence cases were reported in Durham in 1 year. Fact: there were nearly 100 homicide victims from domestic and sexual assault in North Carolina last year. That's 100 too many.
Durham Crisis Response Center empowers victims of all races, religion, gender, and economic class to move toward a life free of violence. We help them devise plans for safety and build a new life.
365 days a year, the crisis line is on alert to respond to calls for help. The number is 919-403-6562. It is answered 24 hours a day. Bilingual English and Spanish staff, as well as volunteers, are available, and all Durham Crisis Response Center services are confidential and free.
The services offered by Durham Crisis Response Center are temporary emergency shelter for women and children fleeing dangerous situations.
It's a place where counseling, case management, and assistance with legal, housing, and employment solutions are available.
My abuser was so violent to me and my children. I had to flee from my home and come into the emergency shelter to escape him. The Durham Crisis Response Center staff, they never judged me. While in this shelter, I received counseling and legal advice. Today, I'm alive because of Durham Crisis Response Center, and my life has been rebuilt because of Durham Crisis Response Center.
Hospital accompaniment means support of victims by a trained advocate through the physical exam, medical treatment, and forensic evidence collection. Staff stays with individual clients to address ongoing needs for emotional support, information, and referral to other agencies.
Legal advocacy guides the client through the criminal and civil justice processes, from the initial police response to prosecution. Our advocates provide court accompaniment, advocacy on behalf of clients, and assistance with domestic violence protection orders.
Whatever you did, you survived, and you did the right thing, were the first words I heard from the rape crisis counselor. It was exactly what I needed to hear immediately after being sexually assaulted in my own home. The attacker beat me, and then he raped me. And then he fled when he thought my husband was coming. Durham Crisis Response Center walked me through everything: medical tests, court preparation, and court appearances. Whenever I needed them, they were there. I cannot thank DCRC enough.
Durham Crisis Response Center could not do this work without the dedication of a corps of volunteers who give of their time and talent. They answer the 24-hour crisis line, respond to the hospital calls at all hours, and fill any role that will contribute to the well-being of clients. Volunteers are the heart and soul of the work done at DCRC. Every seat at this table honors a victim, rich or poor, infant to elderly, educated or not, who lost their life during the past year. It could be your daughter or sister or mother, your neighbor or friend represented here. With your help, we can stop the suffering, rebuild lives, and make a safer, stronger Durham by eradicating domestic and sexual violence. Support the recovery and healing that are the mission of the Durham Crisis Response Center.